I have a confession to make. When I was in the 7th grade, I forged my mother's signature so that I could play Tevye in a school musical. I had to because my teacher wasn't sure if my Palestinian mother would approve, and I wasn't taking any chances. L'chaim, you know? I was, in my defense, this was the same mother that would say such things to me in Arabic, such as, "Wallah yochluni 10 usur ja'nin wala tsir mumattil." Which, don't worry, don't be scared. It actually sounds a lot more pleasant in its English translation. It goes, "I would rather get mauled by 10 hungry lions than have my son become an actor." My name is Osh Ghanimah, and I am an actor. And I'm also the founder of Broadway for All. For the record, I never played Tevye. I played the hell out of Tevye. And I did. My mother freaked out. But not for the reasons that a few of you up here might be thinking. To her, the problem wasn't a Palestinian playing a Jew. The problem was a Palestinian playing anything. Arabs don't act, she would say to me. I remember vividly when she pointed to a TV screen once and said to me, "Do you see anyone who looks like us? There is no room for us there." I guess she couldn't think outside the box. You know, every actor remembers their first casting director. My first casting director was my teacher, Mrs. DePong, who was able to do just that, to think outside the box. She saw the actor in me. To her, this obnoxious, brown, poor little kid from the city of Chicago was the only boy fit to play Tevye. And it was her strong sense of possibility that challenged my own sense of possibility and empowered me to have what I later coined my Tevye moment. She gave that to me. The Tevye moment, being able to act the hell out of any part that normally wouldn't be given to you. The Tevye moment, that moment when someone's sense of possibility is so strong, he feels he can be in any story or play any character with whom he identifies. And it's in this spirit that I founded Broadway for All during my time at Harvard. Broadway for All is a not-for-profit, tuition-free conservatory that selects promising middle and high school students. And we mix kids from low-income and minority families with kids from more affluent backgrounds. And we train them together with actors, writers, and directors from the Broadway, TV, and film industries. And we do this because we want to create a model for what the American stage and screen could look like. In fact, I'd like to introduce you to one of our students, Precious Omiji.
Trim my lips, so blow, Gabriel, blow. I was low, Gabriel, low. Mighty low, Gabriel, low. But now that I have seen the light, I'm good by day, I'm good by night. So blow, Gabriel, blow. Thank you.
Yeah, we get to hear her sing every single day all summer. When I worked with Precious this past summer, I asked her, "What are your dreams?" and she said, "I want to be in Anything Goes." Yeah. And, I thought, like the obvious, Anything Goes is a white show. But how can I tell her that? Do I tell her, hey, you can wait around for that all-black cast? Or that one or two progressive directors who might be inkling toward diversity? How do we give her her Tevye moment? Let's take this 100% TEDxBroadway. We all know that we still have an issue of diversity in our industry. What we see in the subways and in the 5 boroughs is not what our Broadway for All kids see when they go see these Broadway shows that we take them to. This must change. But I'm actually up here today to tell you that this will change. And Broadway, we have to keep up if we want to be relevant. Everyone is, whenever we talk about this idea of diversity, everyone is always quick to blame the rich white men in suits. So what did I do? I walked right into their offices. I met with Tony Award-winning Broadway producers, and I flew to LA to speak with TV and film casting directors. And here's what I gathered from our discussions. 1, that the industry loves the idea of diversity, but has a hard time connecting to strong minority talent. 2, that the industry casts from its experience, a mostly white experience. And 3, that most casting directors actually fight for diversity in the rooms, but are sometimes met with resistance from writers and directors. So what do we do? Well, you saw for yourself that Broadway for All and other organizations are adding to this strong minority talent pool. And we are seeing some progress, right? Recently, Broadway just welcomed its first black Phantom. But in 2015, this still shouldn't be a big deal. It should be the norm. Okay, you guys are listening. I know. No, I know. I'm just trying to make us all comfortable. But in all seriousness, Broadway, we actually have a golden opportunity here because our audiences are changing, and we need to respond to this if we want to continue to do good business. In the 2012 NEA survey of public participation in the arts, it found that the number of Caucasian theater ticket buyers shrank, while the number of Latino, Asian, and African American theater ticket buyers grew during the same time period. So we're stuck in a rut. As the world around us is changing and our theater goers are changing, are we, the industry, the theater makers, unable or unwilling to keep up? One casting director told me that TV is the new black. That with shows like Empire and How to Get Away with Murder's big success, a lot of TV studio heads have now been catalyzed to ensure more diverse casts to continue to reach their wider audiences. But TEDxBroadway, our industry has always been at the forefront of change. Let's be ahead and not behind. I think we can all agree that our industry has plenty more room for groundbreaking shows like Hamilton at the Public, sold out for 2 runs. If anyone knows how to get me in, please let me know. That wasn't even a joke. Please. We know that Precious will someday be equally considered to play Reno Sweeney. The question is, does Broadway want to continue to scramble to eventually get there in 20 years? Or can we make that happen now? You know, we can't expect this growing number of strong minority talent to come to dinner unless we make room for them at the table. So will that be in 20 years? Maybe 5? Or tomorrow when we go back to our offices? Our industry is changing. Just last week, Joseph Hodge, a Palestinian American, was named the artistic director of the Guthrie, as we all know, one of America's most influential regional theaters. I promptly called my mother and shared the great news, at which point she questioned, what is a regional theater? And once she got the grasp of it, she quickly fired back with more conviction than any Mama Rose Broadway has ever seen. And she instructed me, "Walak rudd alayya." Call him. Ask him if they want to work together with you, and maybe they can put on that play that you have been writing where, despite all your denial, I know that you have based your mother character on me. Try living with her. How beautiful, TEDxBroadway, that here we are today, 20 years later, where my extraordinary mother, who never really cared for the theater, who I was afraid wouldn't let me have my Tevye moment, finally lives in a country where she can have a Tevye moment of her own. And believe you me, if we can change the perspective of a 70-year-old Palestinian American Muslim immigrant, we can change Broadway just like that. Thank you so much.